5440 Mike, Riverside ground. Maintain that at below 2,500, Tulsa departure frequency 134.7, squawk 0214.
Maintain outer 2, below 2,000.
0246, Cessna 981, Whiskey Uniform. Cessna 1 Whiskey Uniform, read back correct, 41 left, taxi Alpha.
So your volume, and this radio is the same kind of radio that's in 757 Romeo Juliet.
Okay. Do we want to listen to that first or to keep going?
Go ahead and listen to it. Because they probably updated it. Well, we should have updated it already.
So change it to 126.5?
Yep, there you go.
One left, one right. All arrivals contact Tulsa, approach 134.7. All departing aircraft contact ground control for clearance and taxi instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Romeo. Riverside Tower information Romeo, 19530 Zulu, wind 340 at 6, visibility 10. View clouds 4,100, 5,000 at scattered, 7,500 scattered. Temperature 29er, dew point 20, altimeter 30 at 05. Visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 1 left, 1 right. All arrivals contact Tulsa, approach 134.7. All departing aircraft contact ground control for clearance and taxi instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Romeo.
Okay,
Riverside Tower information
so
Romeo, 19530 Zulu, wind 340 at 6, visibility 10.
So we got information Romeo.
4,001. Main 4 Alpha. Main 4 Alpha, 55. Riverside ground span 019 at ramp 5 with information Romeo requesting rail service to west. Spartan 09 at Riverside ground, maintain outer below 2,500, Tulsa departure frequency 134.7, squawk 0263. Maintain below 2,500 feet.
Alright, so before taxi, radios are up, altimeter, you got that. Lights, you got the beacon on, airspeed indicator, it's indicating 0 like it should since we're not moving. BSI, 0. Suction is over here.
green.
It's in green. And brakes. Let's go ahead and do a brake test. So my feet are off the brakes. So just advance the throttle a little bit if it won't. Just so we'll roll and then test your brakes. And test your brakes. And I have the airplane.
What row are you coming out of?
And my brakes work. Alright, so back to 1,000. And when you're ready, go ahead. Go ahead and just give me a quick kind of call what you're going to say to him.
I'm going to say Riverside ground, Cessna 739er Kilo November, ready to taxi from Lisa Plain with information Romeo, requesting radar service to the southeast.
Perfect. So now we just got to wait our turn. And your push to talk is right there.
Riverside ground 704-360 Charlie, Alpha 4 requesting taxi back to Spartan Main 6. 704-360 Charlie, Riverside ground, taxi to Spartan Main 6, Alpha cross runway 13. Taxi to Spartan, yeah, Alpha cross 1360 Charlie.
If you want to go ahead and call him, go ahead now.
Riverside ground, Cessna 739er Kilo November, ready to taxi from Lisa Plain with information Romeo, requesting radar service to the southeast.
And we'll give him a second.
739er Kilo November, Riverside ground, maintain outer below 2,500, Tulsa departure frequency 134.7, and squawk 0247.
Maintain outer below 2,500, departure 134.7, squawk 0247, 9er Kilo November.
Cessna 9er Kilo November, read back correct. Pass behind a 152, passing off your left wing momentarily, runway 1 left, active Alpha.
Behind the 152, we'll taxi via Alpha to runway 1 left, 9er Kilo November.
I didn't know what I should say about the airplane.
No, you just gotta say, we'll wait for the airplane to 1 left via Alpha.
November Juliet,
That's all you gotta say on that. So, he's passed us, so we're good to go. So let's go ahead and taxi to 1 left down here. Clear left, clear right.
Riverside ground, Spark 04 Alpha 3, looking for a taxi back to Spartan Main.
slow down, there you go. And go ahead and start adding brakes because we're going to pull in front of this airplane here, and then we're going to go to
this first one?
Yep, to the front of the box there. So yeah, there we go. Use those brakes. Yeah, slow the airplane down. Good, good, good. And now keep turning to the right. There you go. Keep turning. You got this. All right, perfect. All right, so now we're on before takeoff checklist. Cabin doors, closed and latched. Flight controls.
All right. All right. Rudder.
Riverside ground, Spartan 27 and Spartan mirror 6 with information Romeo request radar survey to southeast.
Good.
Pass behind at 172,
all right,
he's
so
exiting Alpha 3 now southbound on Alpha.
Fuel shut-off valve is on, mixture is rich, wing flaps.
Coming off now, Alpha 3. 27 affirmative, thanks.
10, 20, 30.
Can I test it real quick? Okay. That's a propeller.
All right, 1700. Okay. Turn left.
All right,
Didn't drop.
yeah,
Nice.
it's not running too low, but it is running rough.
Okay.
And we'll test the other one before we. Okay, so it's the left one that's running rough. Let's go back to both. Remember how to lean it out?
So, no.
All right, so while we're leaning out, we're heading back to the fuel mixture here to lean. Or just turn it down. Or looking at the tack while we're doing it. And we want to see it go up and hold a bit. And if I go too far, it'll start going down a lot because I'm choking the engine from hardly any fuel. But we're hoping to get it running at peak efficiency and running warm, which is right there. So now, in that configuration, go ahead and put it at about 2200 RPM. And we're going to leave it there for about 20 seconds. So basically to the green arc.
34, 5.
There you go, leave it right there. And then we'll count out total of 20 seconds, and then we'll go back to 1700, leave it leaned out, and test the mags again.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead and test the mags again. And back to both and test the other one. All right, much better.
Okay, both.
All right, so what's next?
And I'll put that back on rich or leave it there?
No, we'll leave it lean for the takeoff, up to right before takeoff.
Okay. Chest out with carb heat.
Yep. It drops a little bit, we can put it back in. Engine instrument still in the green.
Yep.
Amp meter, charging. So you can turn off the alternator switch, which is the left one on the main. All right, goes off, and your low voltage light comes on. Turn it back on, goes off, charging, good. And suction gauge is still green.
Green.
Now we'll test throttle idle. So all the way idle,
Yep.
and try right with carb heat. We'll see what the engine does. Run smooth, good.
Good.
Carb heat back on, back to 1000.
Riverside ground, Cessna 739 Kilo November, run of complete.
And you can go ahead and turn that parking brake so you can pull that out, turn to the left, and push it in.
Cessna 9 Kilo November, your number 1, contact tower, have a safe flight.
Number 1, contact tower, thank you.
Alright, taxi over to one left over there.
Riverside Tower, Cessna 739 Kilo November, 1 left for southeast departure.
739 Kilo November, Riverside Tower, runway 1 left, clear for takeoff, no delay. Make a right down departure to the power plant.
I got it. Or no delay, off the brakes. No delay, 1 left, takeoff, right departure to the power plant, 9 Kilo November. When they say no delay, that means they got someone coming in.
Riverside Tower, Archer 563 Alpha.
I'm just going to get you straight on here. So mixtures in, landing lights on, beacons on.
Archer 563 Alpha, Riverside Tower, runway 1 left, cleared to land. Number
Alright,
2,
your airplane, hold it straight. Feet on the floor. Feet on the floor, put the power in.
Oh my gosh.
1 left,
Put power in, full power. You got it. Just keep that right rudder in there. We've got more power on this airplane. We got about 60 more horsepower. Airspeed's alive. We got full power on there. And coming up to 50. Just hold it in there. Hold it in there. Hold it in there. All right, now pull back. Pull back. There you go. Just like the 152. It flies a little bit different. Now you can let that nose down. There you go. Oh. I got takeoff speed, our stable flying condition. It will climb like a mule today. It's hot. Alright, try to hold your heading.
I'm like lost on my controls in this one.
They're just they're in the same spot, just a little bit taller on the frame.
Riverside Tower, Spartan 530 is doing to go around.
Spartan 53, roger. Cessna 650, follow the Cessna upwind off the parallel runway.
Follow the Cessna, traffic inside 650.
Alright, start your right turn. We're going to turn.
Cessna 9 Kilo November, make a right down departure to the power plant, contact Tulsa departure.
I got it. Making a right turn for the right downwind departure to the power plant, contact Tulsa departure, 9 Kilo November.
Spartan 27 without delay, cross runway 1 left.
Cross runway 1 left.
Sorry, having us cross in front of the other guy. The other guy on the other parallel runway went missed, but they're having him follow us.
Continue right traffic runway 1 right, clear to land 650.
Spartan 53,
so
left traffic
here in a minute.
Alright,
so level the wings, keep climbing. Here in a minute, when you're about to the casino, hotel, turn right and aim at the power plant. And that's what they mean, fly at the power plant.
Right here?
Yep, that's good. And we keep climbing. Because we can go up to 2,500, just like we always do. Very good, very good. Tulsa departure, Cessna 739 Kilo November Alpha Riverside, right downwind to the power plant, request 3,500 southeast.
739 Kilo November, Tulsa departure, radar contact, second request?
Departure to the southeast at 3,500, 9 Kilo November.
9 Kilo November, climb on course at or below 3,000.
Climb on course at or below 3,000, 9 Kilo November. So what that means is we can go ahead and turn. So I want you to turn to a heading of 120. Keep climbing up to 3,000. He'll give us 3,500 in a little while because the winds come from the north. All of the traffic going to Tulsa International has to come in from the south. So you keep us lower to keep separation for traffic going into international. Good, 2,500 on course, perfect. 76 knots. You notice, if you trim this airplane out, you'll notice it wants to sit in position a lot easier though.
Oh yeah.
So that's one of the easier things about this airplane. So we got up to 200 feet, so we're going leveling off. This airplane is just like the 152. There you go. At the same position with the fingers above, looking at your horizon. There you go. There it is. Go ahead and pull that power back. And about 2,300 RPM works on this airplane. Alright, stop that climb. We still got a climb going, so pitch it down a little bit. There you go. And pull that power a little further back. That'll help you a lot.
Whiskey uniform, climb on course.
Says 9er Kilo November. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Remember that one?
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. 9er Kilo November.
Nice. Alright, so remember, what do we do when they terminate us?
1200.
Yep, on the transponder.
Tulsa approach, Cessna 757 November Juliet is at 2,500 over Broken now. Inbound Riverside.
Sure, it's been 2 weeks since you've flown. You're doing pretty good.
757 November Juliet. Tell us approach. Squawk 0242.
0242, 7 November Juliet.
Good afternoon, Southwest Practice Area. Cessna 739 Kilo November is approximately 6 miles northwest of Haskell 3000. Anyone else in the southeast today? Now Haskell over here, on the side closest to us, there's a few little buildings over there. They have a small airport there. I point that out because we try to avoid that by staying on the east side, because the other thing is sometimes they have a skydiving operation that operates sometimes out there. So they'll climb up there and throw out people. So we just try to keep clear there. Otherwise, I'll be monitoring their frequency. Right now we're on the air-to-air, so hopefully, you know, if Spartan or someone wanted to come out here, they hopefully would key up and tell us they're here. And you can go ahead and go to a heading of 090.
All right, 090.
There you go.
Almost missed it.
Just like anything else, it's really nice to have the roads because they are each, you know, north, south, east, west. Now, the difference on this airplane that's different from the 152 and actually the other 172s, this has what they call a horizontal situation indicator, HSI, instead of just a heading indicator. So what that means is to move it around, you actually have an electric switch down here. But right now it's enslavement, so it automatically adjusts to the compass, so you don't have to do those adjustments with this device.
Nice.
Sometimes it gets a little kind of finicky, but then you just flip it over and do a manual adjustment, and then you flip it back. There's a lot of people that I've had to teach because of getting this airplane. All of a sudden, they're just like, it's actually high tech for 1965. And eventually I'm going to have you fly into that little Haskell airport, but the runway is only 30 feet wide.
Oh, that's
We'll start with 150-foot wide runways at Riverside. And actually at Sand Springs and Okmulgee, the runways are similar dimensions. Alright, I have the airplane. Now, I'm going to do my clearing turn, well, clearing lift. Because you never know who might actually be out here, but usually they'd be at this altitude. Now, for our sake of demonstration, basically it's the same thing as you would on the 152 we did the other lesson a couple weeks ago. But, our engine quit. What do we do? First, airspeed.
Airspeed and trim.
So, airspeed's actually the same in this airplane of 65.
65.
So to slow it down though, I do let the airplane climb. I'm buying altitude, therefore buying time. And while I'm doing it, I'm trimming it out. Let it kind of sink back in there to a little bit of descent. Got a bunch of nose up. And there it is, sitting just like the 152.
Yeah.
So, next thing. Alright, where am I going to go? Well, I got big fields over here, so I'm going to start turning this way. Oh, or if you're like me and you're intimately familiar with this area, you'll be looking over your right shoulder and be like, alright, there's an airport over here. There it is. So normally you go for the field.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep turning at 65 and doing kind of clearing and looking. But there's an aerial community out here that has 2 grass runways.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yep. So I'm going to go to the north. Well, actually I'm going to stay south of it and land to the north. It's also a good thing if you're actually practicing out here and you can't you got 2 airports right here to put the airplane down if you have immediate problems at low altitude. Another reason. Alright, so now we got time and we know where we're going. Fuel selectors on both, mixtures in, so we got gas. Carb heat on, so it's not carb ice.
Primers. Ignition.
Ignition's on both, so we got spark, and primers in and lock, so it's not a loss of fuel pressure through the hand pump. Try restart, doesn't restart, so we'll go back through the L. Fuel selector, we turn it to off. We can mixture out. We won't worry about that, doesn't matter. Ignition off. And lining up. And man, you turn off the engine, the thing heats up.
Yeah.
It's not just an engine failure. You sweat for different reasons, but I'll just kind of keep the turns going, keep it slow. So, all right, so 7700 on your transponder, 121.5, Mayday, 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 Cessna 739 Kilo November, going down. 3 souls on board, going 5 miles northeast of Haskell. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. All right, so that's up and kind of going there. So next, flaps. I'm going to dump my flaps because then I can just dive at it. And I can do a slip, which would be full right, dump the wing, because now we're real slow. I can continue down at it. Master comes off, pop the doors open, and you land.
Yep.
All right, so if I'm going to do a go-round, which is carb heat in, full power, I hold it level, let it get a little bit of speed. And this airplane's a bit different. You can go 20 degrees out because this one has 40 degrees of flaps.
Oh.
That's another thing that's different between this airplane and the other ones. So, I want you to feel the controls.
Yeah. Ooh.
See, yeah, because it's got 40 degrees, you got to put a lot of, it can put the airplane out of whack. And I put a lot of nose up trim in there. So, as it speeds up, you adjust the trim, and that between every 10 degrees you do, and it's that smooth transition.
Okay, we're at 2,000.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set us up for our first set of turns around a point. So my airplane again, lots of teaching today. So I'll slow down. Now, normally you try to do this at about 1,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is first line us up because we're going to go to the south with the wind at the back. So we're going to be fast. Southeast practice area, so 739 Kilo November is currently 1800. 3 miles northeast of the Haskell Bridge. Anyone doing ground reference maneuvers? Anyone else southeast? So I'm going to start with the road down here, and I'm going to have us just kind of pick a point. So you see that kind of area where the road's crossed by those trees? I'm going to use that as my first point. Now, I know from the airport elevation out here that 1,600 feet is about where I need to be 1,000 feet above the ground. And I'm going to set myself up a quarter-mile distance from that point. So I'm going to look and fly over the fields at a quarter mile until I'm abeam that point. So I'm at 1,600, so I'm going to level off. And I'm aiming about 95 knots when I'm doing this maneuver because that's the maneuvering speed of this airplane and the 152, so it just kind of works out really, really well. Now the objective of the maneuver is to hold our altitude and to fly equal distance circle with the wind. So you're going to, the trick to these maneuvers is adjusting for the wind. With the wind at our back, we are at our fastest. So I want to be about 95 knots, but so if it's pushing me faster, I got to turn more. So it's a tighter turn the first time around, and then you shallow the turn up the next time, and you just kind of keep it into the nose into the wind the whole time, and try to hold the altitude while I'm talking. But we'll always, in our case, we'll do the turns to the left, so that way you can see your point. You have the best visibility as pilot command on the left side. Me, I'm kind of screwed over here, but that's why instructors supposedly practice all the time, and we're very proficient. It might be a little ugly, is what I'm trying to say. I'm making my excuses. I'm coming over our point, which is this crossroad right here, and just aim down. And now I'm going to keep the turn tight. I got to keep it coordinated, so I use my rudders. I'm looking over here, and I pretty much fly over all the quarter-mile points out here, so I don't have to keep imagining a circle. I can just see the points I'm trying to fly over.
Yeah.
And by holding that 1600, having it trimmed out and everything, it just kind of flies a nice, even circle. Now, I'm going to have to fly a little bit longer this way, so I shallow my turn into the wind, just so I can fly a little bit longer. If you go this way, I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm not using a lot. It's just about a 30 to 45 degree turn. And if I start descending, and I'm looking down at my point, I'm looking at my altitude, and basically looking between the two, and making adjustments in the back pressure, just like the steep turns. But I'm referencing the ground. Now we're coming back to our first point, about where the turns. I don't focus on that too much. It's just a reference point extra. I'm really focusing out there. So I get a little bit low, so I add my back pressure. I increase the turn, because you go around twice. And then after this, I'm going to let you pick a point at any point around down this road and let you set up for one and attempt it yourself.
Okay.
But and you have plus or minus about 10 knots on that. So just small throttle corrections and just holding it here. Now I got lucky. It's a really smooth day, and I got to be looking out for traffic the whole time. Can't be dependent on those radio calls. I shallow up my turn a little bit when I come north, and then I steepen it back up to kind of hurry and close it because I start speeding up with that tailwind. Now I get climbing a little bit because I get that wind coming back in, gives me extra lift when it's a headwind, and I start turning, increasing my. And when I start doing that, we come back down, and I'm going to be at about a quarter mile. I can tighten my turn as I need to. And then I'll just level off my heading, which was south. And I don't want to climb, because once you put it back there, it's like on the steep turns, and once it balloons, you got to push down a little bit. So what I want you to do is pick any of these crossroads out here in the next couple of miles, and just, try to emulate that.
My airplane?
Your airplane.
All right, so this corner right here?
Yep. And stay at 1600, use the throttle, use the rudder. Try to keep it coordinated, but kind of basically look down, look at your altitude, look down, look at your altitude, look down, look at your airspeed, look down, look at your altitude. Plane's in good configuration. We're not in a rush to stop. We're not in a rush to get off the runway. If you look at the windsock, wind's coming pretty much down the runway. Good. Add a little power to help carry a little bit of power. There you go. Because we're descending, so now you can go back idle. And we just kind of coast. Now, keep on with me. So now we get here, so we hold off. And we balloon a little bit. So just keep holding off. Remember, add that back pressure, add that back pressure, add that back pressure. And that gets us down. Alright, so now we just add a little bit of braking action. I'm going to help you here. On this airplane, you just hold all the way back.
Oh, okay.
Works just like a 152, except when you pull back, it doesn't want to balloon so much on you because it requires heavier control forces. And now, it's a little bit different between Cessna 172 and 172.
Cessna 9 Kilo November, taxi to parking via Alpha frequency.
Back to parking via Alpha this frequency, 9 Kilo November. Alright, so, just to take a second, carb heat off, Flaps up. Light. Top lights off. Strobes off. There we go. Alright, your plane, Texas, back to Lisa plane. Clear right. Oh, we do have a fuel truck, but he should stay on that side of the line. So start turning left, because there's our yellow line we need to follow. They're good.